The brave little cloud's journey to the sky. Once upon a time, in a meadow full of flowers and butterflies, there lived a little cloud named Puffy. Puffy wasn't like the other clouds high up in the sky. While they floated majestically, Puffy was still low to the ground, drifting gently over the fields. Puffy loved the soft grass and the sparkling streams, but deep down, he longed to join the big clouds up high. One sunny morning, Puffy looked up at the enormous clouds in the sky. They looked so fluffy and free, drifting effortlessly across the blue heavens. "I wish I could float up there with them," Puffy sighed. His friend, Sparkle the butterfly, fluttered down beside him. "Why don't you try, Puffy?" she asked. "I know you're brave enough to reach the sky. But what if I'm not big enough or strong enough?" Puffy asked, worried. "You are strong," Sparkle said, smiling. "It's not about how big you are, it's about believing in yourself. I'll be with you every step of the way." With Sparkle's encouragement, Puffy decided to be brave. He took a deep breath and began his journey, slowly rising into the air. At first, it was easy. Puffy drifted higher and higher, past the tall trees and over the rolling hills. But soon, he came to a tall mountain where the winds howled and swirled around him. "Whoa!" Puffy cried, as the wind pushed him from side to side. "I don't think I can do this." But just then, Sparkle flew beside him, fluttering her delicate wings against the strong breeze. "You can do it, Puffy. Just keep going, one puff at a time." With Sparkle's support, Puffy kept pushing forward. He bobbed and weaved through the gusts, never giving up, and finally, he made it past the mountain. "That was tough," Puffy said, catching his breath. "But I did it." Ash continued upward. Puffy saw something magical, a rainbow arching across the sky. He had never seen one so close before. It shimmered with all the colors he had ever imagined. "Wow, Sparkle! Look at that rainbow!" Puffy said excitedly. "It's beautiful, isn't it?" Sparkle replied, landing gently on one of the rainbow's bright bands. "You're getting closer to the big clouds now, Puffy." But just as Puffy was about to float under the rainbow, dark shadow crossed his path. It was Stormy, a big, grumpy storm cloud. "Where do you think you're going?" Stormy rumbled. "Little clouds like you don't belong up here with us." Puffy's heart sank. Stormy was so big and powerful, and Puffy felt so small. But Sparkle flitted in front of Stormy. "Hey, Puffy has every right to be here. He's brave and kind, and he's been on a long journey." Puffy looked at his friend and then back at Stormy. Taking a deep breath, he said, "I may be small, but I've worked hard to get here. I believe I belong in the sky too." Stormy blinked in surprise. No one had ever spoken to him like that before. After a long pause, he gave a gruff nod. "Well, you've got guts, little cloud. I guess you've earned your place." And with that, Stormy drifted away, leaving the sky clear and bright once more. Puffy felt a surge of pride. He had faced his fears and stood up for himself. He continued his journey, rising higher and higher, until, at last, he reached the big fluffy clouds. "Welcome, Puffy," they called out in warm, booming voices. "We've been waiting for you." Puffy smiled. He floated among the clouds, feeling lighter and freer than he ever had before. The sky was everything he had dreamed it would be: vast, peaceful, and full of possibility. Sparkle landed on Puffy's soft surface and gave him a proud look. "I told you you could do it," she said. Puffy smiled, puffing up just a little more. "I couldn't have done it without you, Sparkle. Thank you for believing in me." From that day on, Puffy floated happily in the sky, proud of his journey and the bravery he had shown. And whenever he saw a little cloud drifting low, he would call out, "Keep going, my one. You'll reach the sky too."